are here in the Jurassic room, and today we're going to be heading on yet another Jurassic World Rebirth toy hunt in search of Wave 2 toys for yet another week. I still need to get the new Strike Attack figures, the new Wild Roar figures, and there is still a ton of other Jurassic merch that is all over the place. So hopefully with all that, we're able to find some great stuff for my collection on this hunt. So let's head out on this toy hunt and see what I can find for my collection this week. Alright, so we're at our first stop outside of Target. Hopefully we can start off this toy hunt with some luck and finally find some of those figures that I've been missing for a few weeks. So let's head inside and see what they've got. So here we are on the toy section, guys, and right off the bat, I finally found the new Strike Attack figures. I did find the Herrerasaurus on a past toy hunt, but we've got the Zuni Ceratops, which is brand new. We got the Achiliobator, and we got the Nano Tyrannus. All of these are brand new figures that I was looking for, and I'm actually really excited about this Achiliobator. That is a sweet looking figure, so I'm super happy that our first stop here at Target is resulting in some new figures. They've also got a lot of other stock out with the cool displays up like they've had before, but I'm just super excited to find the new Strike Attack figures, and that means that I have just about everything that's released except for the new Wild Roars and some of the 2-pack story packs with the human and dinosaurs. So hopefully we're able to find those soon, but I'm super excited to find these new Strike Attacks and to have a successful first stop here at Target. All right, so now we are outside Walmart. Hopefully we can continue some of the success that we had at our first stop at Target and find some new stuff for my collection. So let's head inside and see what it's looking like this week. So here we are on the toy section, and unfortunately, I don't really see anything new, guys. Just the same Rebirth stuff that we've seen for a while. We've got a loose Imaginext dinosaur right here. I have no idea why. That is kind of weird. I don't know where its packaging is. And look at this, guys. We've got the limited edition Megalodon. Actually, I am just kidding. There's just a random rubber shark inside of all of these Jurassic World Rebirth plushies. Definitely not a limited edition Megalodon from Jurassic World Rebirth. But I don't really see any new toys that I need. And then as I came over here, guys, they've got a couple of the displays still up. They took down most of it. And here's something I realized, guys. I never realized that this shirt, tank top right here, was actually a men's shirt. I don't really collect the kids shirt, but this one is a men's. So I am gonna pick one up because there's one left in my size. And it looks like this navy shirt right here is also a men's shirt. But unfortunately, they don't have my size. I don't know how I never realized that. I may pick up the XL just to keep it in the collection. And then of course this one's a kid's shirt. I don't really collect the kids shirts so much, but I guess I will go ahead and pick up 1 or 2 of those t-shirts so that we don't leave here empty-handed at Walmart. But unfortunately, I don't really see any new toys, but it's a good thing that I caught on to these t-shirts before they left the stores for good. All right, guys, so I was out and about, actually really far away from where I normally toy hunt, and I found not a Target, but a super Target, one that is even bigger than a regular Target. I'm not sure I've been to one of these in years and years, so I'm super excited to see what they've got inside. So let's head in and see what I can find. So here we are on the toy section, guys, and they have a pretty good stock. They've got a couple of the launch and battle vehicle sets, which are cool to see. They unfortunately don't have the new Wild Roar figures. I was really hoping to find those inside of this giant Target, but other than that, they've got a lot of good stuff. Even over here, they've got a few of the Micro Adventure Ultimate Mosasaurus sets, which is cool. They've got some Hammond Collection Stegosauruses around, which is also cool. And then they've got a bunch of stuff on the end cap here, which is also cool. And this is interesting, guys. Look, they still have the Chaos Theory display up instead of the Rebirth one, which is kind of interesting. I guess they never put it up, but it doesn't really look like there's anything that I need here at this Target. But it's just crazy how big this Target actually is. It's hard to tell from here, but I think this is the biggest Target I've ever been inside of, and I was expecting to maybe find some new toys just because of that fact, but it doesn't look like that is going to be the case. So unfortunately, we're going to be leaving this Target empty-handed, but it was really cool to come inside of a Target this big and be able to check out their Jurassic stock. All right, so now I'm outside of one more target. I was just out and about all over the place and couldn't help but stop at one more, hoping to find those Wrld figures. So let's head in and see if this target has some luck for us. So here we are on the toy section, and I did find one of the new Wrld figures. This is the Abeliasaurus, but as you guys can see, the packaging is a little bit damaged, and this is the only one of the new Wrld that I see around, unfortunately. So I'm probably gonna wait to pick this one up until I find one with a little bit better box and hopefully find the other three to go along with it. But other than that, they're a little dry on the stock at this Target, which is interesting. I haven't seen the Jurassic section this empty, but as you come around over here, they do still have the end cap display up. And oh, actually guys, we've got another Wrld right here. We got the Akusasaurus. So they do have another one of them, and that one's in pretty good condition. I may go ahead and pick that one up. Other than that, they've got some Lego sets and not really much else to see. But actually, I'll probably go ahead and pick up the Akusasaurus just because the box looks like it's in pretty good condition. So at least we don't have to leave this Target right here empty-handed and found something new. Guys, as I was walking up to the checkout, they have one of the other Wrld figures up at the front of the store that I'm missing, and it's in good condition. I don't know what the chances are of this, but we'll go ahead and pick this one up as well. All right, so it might sound crazy, guys, but I'm outside of yet another Target. I just couldn't live with myself without getting the last two Wrld figures that I needed on this week's hunt. So let's head in and see if this final Target will get me the rest of them. So here we are on the toy section, guys, and we lucked out. They've got the last two Wrld that I need. We've got the Ankylosaurus right here, which is looking really cool. I actually really like the colorway on this one, looking sweet, and the box is in pretty good condition. We also have the Abeliasaurus here, and the box is a little bit damaged, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up because I did want to have the set of all four of them for this week so that I can make a video for all of you guys. So I'm super excited to have found both of the last two Wrld that I needed for the collection. Other than that, they've got a pretty good stock of Rebirth stuff. Oh, they've even got another one up here. Okay, look, we've got a whole nother wave of them, guys. I wasn't even looking, and actually maybe the boxes are in better condition. That is super sweet. So we've got all kinds of the new Wrld, which is awesome, and some pretty good stock of other stuff. Look at this, guys. This packaging is whoa, absolutely thrashed, about as bad as I've ever seen. That is crazy. But other than the aisle here, we've of course got the end cap with the display over here with some stuff as well, but nothing here is really new. But I am just super excited to find even more of the Wrld figures. Very happy to get them all for my collection now and make another successful stop here at Target. So now we are back in the Jurassic room, so let's take a look at what I got on this week's Toy Hunt. So here is everything that we got on this week's Toy Hunt. So let's take a look at everything, starting with the new strike attacks. And the first one we have here is the Nano Tyrannus, which is another unique species and is looking really cool. I actually like the sculpting and colors a lot, and the action feature is not too shabby, but really I'm just so happy to find even more of these new Wave 2 figures. The next strike attack that we got is the Achiliobator, and this is probably my favorite of all of them. It looks like a sort of velociraptor with feathers all over it, and it's also got a pretty cool action feature as well, but this is just a sweet new species that I'm glad to have in my collection. Next, we have the Strike Attack Zuniceratops, and this one is also beautiful. It's got a nice little sculpt. It's a thick little figure, and it's got a decent little paint job, especially on the crest here. Now, this is a species that we have gotten in the past, but it is still cool and a fun addition to the collection. And the last strike attack figure that we got is the Herrerasaurus right here, and there's nothing really too special about this figure. Still pretty cool, and I actually really like the action feature a lot. That's probably my favorite part of it, but overall still a nice looking figure. Then moving into the Wrld figures that I picked up, we got the Akusasaurus right here, which is super cool. This may be my favorite of the 4 Wrld that we got. I like the sculpt and coloring, and it almost kind of reminds me of a Carnotaurus, so this one is pretty sweet. Next, we got the Abeliasaurus, and this is probably my second favorite one. It's an interesting looking carnivore, and it's got this whatever thing on its neck, which looks really cool as well. Again, it's just another unique species from Mattel, so I very much appreciate it. Now we got another Wrld figure right here, and I'm probably gonna butcher the name, but maybe this is the Spiclepius, but this one looks really cool as well. Another ceratopsid dinosaur with a very thick sculpt and some interesting colorway to it, but again, another unique species, so I'm very happy that Mattel made it. And then the final Wrld figure that we got is the Ankylosaurus, and while this one is just a repaint from prior sculpts that we got, I actually really like the paint job on this one. I think it's pretty sweet, and I think it's a good addition to the collection. Then at Walmart, we got some pretty cool t-shirts. First, we got this navy blue one here with the Jurassic World logo, which does look really cool. Unfortunately, I had to get it in an XL, even though I wear a large, because I didn't realize that these weren't kids' shirts, and I could have picked them up a while back, but at least we got a nice one here. And then the final thing we got is another shirt, but this one is actually a tank top, and this one is in my size, but it's got all the Rebirth dinosaurs on there, and it says Destination Uncharted, which is pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy about these t-shirts, but I'm even more happy about finding all of those Wave 2 toys on this week's Toy Hunt. Want to see more awesome Jurassic content? Then hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss any of my content. Also, check me out on Instagram and join my Discord server for so much more Jurassic fun. The links to everything will be in the description below. Check out more awesome Jurassic videos here.